The story kicks off at a fancy love hotel, where our protagonist Yoshiki and his girlfriend Karen are having a good time. His girlfriend says I love you, like it's the last episode of a rom-com anime, and goes into the bathroom to take a shower. Yoshiki lies on the bed thinking life is finally good. Karen is actually Yoshiki's first girlfriend since starting college, and he truly believes she's his soulmate. While he was simping, he hears a notification sound. Yoshiki picks up his phone, thinking it's his, but it's Karen's phone instead. When he checks the notification, his heart drops. It's a random dude asking her if she's free, because he wants to hang out with her. Curious, he scrolls up the chat and his face drops harder than Bitcoin in 2018. Turns out it's his senior Kamakura, a Chad-looking dude who's dating Sakura, the most gorgeous girl in their college. Yoshiki starts crashing out. This dude already has the university goddess by his side, but he still wants his girlfriend as a side chick. How greedy can one man be? He takes pictures of their chats and cries like a bitch in the process. Karen comes out of the bathroom all happy, saying she's done. But Yoshiki isn't there, gone like your father, who went out to get some milk for cereal. Cut to Yoshiki, who's walking on the street, processing what just happened. He remembers one day she said that she had promised one of her friends that they'll meet up. Another day she said she has to visit her mother. All of these were lies she made up, just to cover her clap sessions with Kamakura. As he was thinking all of this, he suddenly bumped into a girl. The girl's boyfriend yells at him to watch where he's going, but Yu just walks off like a pure beta male. The scene then shifts to a river where Yu is thinking of unaliving himself. Just kidding. Instead, bro is deep in his thoughts about how Kamakura has such a perfect girlfriend. Yet he is still cheating on her. All of a sudden it cracks in his mind. If they can do it, then so can he. With 2 brain cells in his head, he cooks up the most unhinged idea of all time. Yu whips out his phone and starts dialing Kamakura's girlfriend's number. It was almost 11 o'clock at night, and upon seeing that Yu was calling her at this late at night, she was a bit taken back by that. She picks up the call and asks if there's anything wrong. Yoshiki, dead serious, blurts out, "Senpai, please have sex with me."
Bruh.
The scene then shifts to Yoshiki and his bro Ishida, sitting in a cafe. He explains everything to him. Karen's cheating, the text messages, and his late-night crime that he committed with his mouth. Ishida thinks Yu has gone nuts, because he straight up confessed to the campus beauty. Yoshiki defends himself, saying he wasn't in the head. Uninterested in his friend's well-being, Ishida asks him about Sakura Senpai's response. Yoshiki says she was shocked but remained calm. She listened to him all the way through, and at the end told him to calm down. Ishida asks Yu what he's planning to do next, but Yu says he doesn't know, because he's got a bird brain. While eating his food, Ishida asks if he is going to clap Senpai's cheeks tomorrow. But Yu says he doesn't know about that. After that, Ishida asks if he can see the proof. Yu shows him the text between Karen and Kamakura. After taking a sneak peek, Ishida says these got to be hurting to say the least. The following day, Yoshiki's waiting in a quiet cafe far from campus. He's paranoid someone might see them because Sakura Senpai and Kamakura are the power couple of university campus. As he was thinking all this, Sakura Senpai arrives there and apologizes for making him wait. After talking for a bit, he apologizes for last night's chaos. She says it's fine and gets straight to the point. What proof does he have about Karen and Kamakura's affair? Yoshiki shows her the screenshots of their text messages, and as she's scrolling through their conversations, her face turns pale. She thanks him and admits it looks legit, but she hates just sitting back and accepting it. Then she asks if that's why he told her to sleep with him last night. He awkwardly admits that, but she straight up rejects him and says she won't give him that booty. Yu asks if it's because she thinks he's not good enough, but Sakura calmly explains she has 3 reasons. First, they don't know for sure if the evidence is real. Yu shows her text messages once again, but she says I've been lied to before. Second, if they cheat too, they would lose the moral high ground. Third, she doesn't want simple revenge. She wants eternal revenge. Sakura lays out her plan. She wants proof strong enough to destroy Kamakura. A photo of him entering a love hotel with Karen. She says Kamakura only meets Karen on Mondays and Thursdays, so she'll track his schedule, and Yoshiki should track Karen's. They'll strike only when the timing's perfect. With that, the two shake hands, not as cheaters, but as partners on a mission of pure tactical revenge. The story flashes back to how Yoshiki's downfall began. After entering college, our boy met Karen at one of the clubs. After that, they got close to each other and started to enjoy each other's company a lot, and they both were getting attracted to each other. Yoshiki was convinced she was the one for him. Unbeknownst to our boy, she was one for all. They were at the heights of their happiness and life was great, until the cheating DLC dropped. We then jump to a restaurant date, where Karen is sitting across from you. She says it feels to her that he has lately been cutting back on his expenses. Bro's a broke student, not Bruce Wayne. He politely explains that saving money is kinda normal when you're in college. But Karen rolls her eyes saying, other people have fancier dates and according to her, men go out of their way to please their partners. Nowadays she doesn't get the same treatment from him at all. Hearing this, Yu asks what is the matter with her, and points out that she used to say, I enjoy being anywhere with you. She keeps going, saying their dates are always the same. Arcades, karaoke, cheap restaurants, he always keeps rotating the same places. Also, she doesn't want a boyfriend who's always in a rut. She then brings up the love hotel incident, about how he left her without saying anything. Karen goes on saying that he doesn't care about her feelings at all. Hearing that, Yu thinks what right does she have to say something like that to him? He notices she's constantly glued to her phone, and when he asks her about it, she says that nowadays she is addicted to playing games on her phone. The only game she's playing is How to Gaslight Your Boyfriend. Yu apologizes to her for the love hotel incident and reveals he received an urgent call from his friend. He promises to make it up to her. The fancy restaurant, nice date, whatever she wants. Karen doesn't even look up from her phone and says, it's rude to ask a girl what she wants. Figure it out yourself. Yu's inner rage meter hits red, but he smiles through it like a man holding a fart at a funeral. He finally says they'll go out this Thursday, and Karen's expression changes immediately. Karen replies that she actually has a part-time job on Thursday. We then see Yu and Sakura senpai chilling at a park, drinking coffee. Yu asks where Kamakura is, and she says he's busy tonight. Yu immediately knows it's not an event, it's a booty call. Sakura says that doesn't mean that the two of them might be seeing each other. She tries to stay calm, but her face shows the pain. Yoshiki says it is very hard for him to admit, but the truth is Karen is not interested in him anymore. Hearing that, Sakura asks what happened and why is he saying such a thing. Yu explains that she said their relationship feels boring and predictable. Their dates are simple, cafes, arcades, karaoke, and she's over it. Sakura says there is nothing wrong with that, and it's fun to go anywhere with the person you like. Regarding the main topic, she doesn't think that Kamakura is hiding something from her. She wants to set the record straight, and hearing that Yu asks what she means by that. Sakura asks Yu what specifically will he do? What will he tell her Karen if he had a chance? Yu says he'd just confront her directly and ask if she's having an affair. And to bait her, he would tell her they are going to have a big dinner soon, because it's her birthday this Saturday. Hearing that, Sakura was shocked. Kamakura invited her to his apartment this Saturday. Yu's like, wait, I thought he lived with his brother. She reveals his brother's out on a business trip, and Kamakura's been acting weird lately. They both realize what's going on, so Sakura declares, I'm not going. This Saturday, we'll catch them red-handed. After that, she leaves the place via cab. The scene then changes and we see Karen at her house, talking to Kamakura on the phone. She thanks him for the necklace he gave her, calling his taste amazing. Hearing that, Kamakura asks her if his taste was better than Yu's. Karen laughs and says, of course, and he is very different from you. Karen hangs up the phone and looks at the necklace, saying it looks great. It's finally Saturday, meaning it's Karen's birthday. According to his plan, Yu takes her to a fancy restaurant. The moment they walk in, Karen looks a little stunned. He asks her if she doesn't like the restaurant or something, to which she replies not at all. Following that, we see Karen and Yu entering the restaurant and Yu start to place his order for the food. On the other side of the table, Karen was staring at him with a look of disgrace. She asks Yu why is he ordering like that. Also, why he hasn't ordered any alcohol yet. Yu says it's fine without alcohol, but she keeps going. In this kind of place, the right thing to do is order a bottle. Or better yet, order wine from the year I was born. Yu, caught off guard, admits he doesn't know much about wine. With an angry look, Karen then says he is absolutely right about that, and also adds that he is actually a fool. Hearing that, Yu assumes that Karen is in a bad mood and the situation is actually getting out of hand now. He quickly apologizes, trying to calm things down, and says he's got a gift for her. As he was saying all this, the waiter brings the food to their table. After tasting, Karen says that it was fabulous to say the least. Primo Piatto never disappoints. Hearing that, Yu asks Karen what Primo Piatto is. Karen replies that Yu actually doesn't even know how to structure an Italian meal. Then starts naming random Italian dishes like she just came back from MasterChef Italy. Surprised, Yu asks Karen how did she know so much about this restaurant, and if she had been here before. She smiles, saying she read some articles about this place before coming here. He tries to act normal, but deep down his mind keeps replaying those text messages. He just couldn't take that anymore. But slowly, Yu regained his composure. He gives her a beautiful handbag as a gift. She thanks him, and for a second Yu feels that familiar warmth, the smile she used to give when things were good. For a fleeting moment, he wonders if maybe she still loves him, but the doubt comes back just as fast. After dinner, Yu asks what she wants to do next. Hearing that, Karen was a little scared and apologizes, saying she is actually going out with some friends. She stands up, thanks him for the meal, and dips. The second she walks out, Yu texts Sakura about Karen leaving the restaurant. Later that night, Yu is parked in front of Kamakura's apartment, sitting in his car. After a while, Sakura arrives as well. Yu tells her no one's entered or left Kamakura's house since he got there. She says Kamakura told her he was out shopping for a microwave oven. Yu says if he left when you did, he should have been back already. After that, Yu says it's going to be a long night for them. Both of them wait quietly, snacking, whispering, and preparing the camera. Yu asks if Sakura really thinks they'll come. She says, I don't know. After a long silence, they see that Kamakura and Karen arriving at the place. All of a sudden in front of the main gate, they started kissing each other and Yu Shiki immediately recorded a video of that moment. After that, Yu said that it's confirmed now, but Sakura says there is not enough evidence yet. Yu is bothered by this as he can't believe that she wants more evidence. Sakura explains that they need more evidence than what they have, because she doesn't want those two to use any loopholes. She wants to destroy them cleanly. Yu finds it ridiculous, so Sakura tells him that he can leave if he wants to. But Yu stays, saying he's not leaving her alone tonight. As the night drags on, they start talking. Sakura asks how his dinner went with Karen. Yu recounts everything from the wine disaster to Karen's fake smile. She then tells him about her and Kamakura, how they met, how things used to be, but as she talks, her voice trembles, and tears start rolling down her face. He reaches over and gently hugs her, saying, "You've always been so strong, but even strong people need someone sometimes." As they were hugging each other, Yushiki thinks that Sakura is hurt even more than him. He was also wondering what he should do to make her feel good again. He quietly says, "Forget Kamakura. From now on, I'll protect you." Yu places his hand on her trembling shoulders, looks her in the eye, and says, "Stay with me tonight." The next day, Yushiki tells everything that happened to his best friend Ishida, but he was not willing to believe him. Ishida sums it up like, "Let me get this straight. You waited with your crying senpai till the last train was gone, walked her home like a gentleman, and then nothing else happened?" To which Yushiki says, "That's what any nice person would do." He even adds that Sakura senpai isn't some gal game heroine. There's no way he'd take advantage of her when she's that vulnerable. As the two keep talking among themselves, their senior Nakazaki comes by to greet them, and with him comes the walking red flag himself, Kamakura. The moment Yu sees him, the atmosphere shifts like a boss just entered the arena. Nakazaki greets them cheerfully and asks if he and Kamakura can join. Ishida hesitates but agrees. As they sit, Nakazaki orders his usual and tells Yu that he's been looking for him. Turns out he needs Yu to make some leaflets for an upcoming club event. Yu agrees but asks about Suzuki, the guy who usually does this. Nakazaki sighs, saying Suzuki dropped out of club activities after his girlfriend two-timed him. The dude was too heartbroken to continue. Yu empathizes with that, but Kamakura suddenly speaks up and says there is no point in sulking over something like that. His girlfriend just moved on to a better man. He should have done the same instead of crying. This angers Yu, who quickly replies back by saying, the whole sentiment was expressed in a very harsh manner by Kamakura. Kamakura smirks and starts dropping his Sigma male philosophy. He just simply sees it like how animals mostly choose the superior most being to reproduce a strong DNA. Not much different from humans. Yu replies, saying that humans don't work like that as they have morals and ethics. Kamakura shrugs, morals are vague. It's survival of the fittest. He adds further substance to his claim by telling them about a game theory, the prisoner's dilemma. Prisoners who have committed a crime get sentenced for 2 years. However, when they're interrogated separately by the police and are given the option to confess and get out freely while the other serves for 10 years, they pick that. If both end up confessing, both of them will serve 5 years. And if one of them confess and the other doesn't, the one who confesses goes free and the one who didn't serves 10 years. However, if they both kept silent, they'd be in for 2 years. In the end, both prisoners end up betraying each other because betrayal gives the best outcome. Same logic applies to relationships, apparently. His screwed-up logic pisses off Nakazaki, who tells him to keep his mouth shut and says it's because of his logic that he gets into trouble. Later, as Ishida and Yu make their way out of the restaurant, they talk about how Kamakura has no remorse for what he did. He is actively justifying his actions, which makes Ishida want to see Yu and Sakura going ahead with their revenge. Yu says he's not sure yet. Sakura-senpai just found out recently, and right now, she wants to catch Kamakura and Karen red-handed. For that, they need evidence, and how they'll get it is not yet figured out by them. Later that night, Yu texts Karen about going on another date. He shows fake enthusiasm to her, but Karen turns down the date, saying she has plans for the weekend. Yu digs in some more and asks her who the plan is with, to which she said that she is going to hang out with a middle school friend from her hometown. Yu thinks about how if he ever said something like that, she'd lose her mind. But before he can even reply, Karen starts guilt-tripping him, saying she has the right to hang out with her old friends from time to time. Yu tells her that it's fine and he never told her to not have fun without him. He then asks when she's planning to go. Karen says maybe sometime next month. This rings a bell for Yu, who subsequently calls Sakura to inform her about this. He tells her everything and she confirms that Kamakura also mentioned going on a trip next month. Following this development, the two of them discuss their revenge plan again. Sakura says, now that I know that Kamakura is cheating, I won't be in this relationship for long. She plans on first getting Kamakura to fall for her completely, only then will she strike and hurt Kamakura in ways he never would have imagined. As for the date, she is planning to do it around Christmas Eve. Sakura says her club holds a huge Christmas party every year, and since both Kamakura and Karen are obsessed with their social image, she wants to expose their cheating in front of everyone there and humiliate them. Yu realizes her plan is way harsher than he expected, but it makes perfect sense. Both Karen and Kamakura are pride-obsessed. This kind of downfall will destroy them mentally. The next day, Yu submits his leaflet design to Nakazaki, who's over the moon. He also asks Yu if it is his first school festival, to which Yu says yes. Nakazaki says that it might not be the flashiest event, it can be fun in its own way. Just then, Kamakura walks in again, saying the next class got cancelled and asks Nakazaki to grab lunch with him. Before they leave, Yu casually brings up Kamakura's prison theory from earlier. He says instead of betraying each other like how the prisoners did in Kamakura's example, he would prefer building a trusting bond where both would stay with each other and serve the shorter sentence. Kamakura glares at him, clearly annoyed but pretending not to care. Yu also looked determined as he looked forward to getting revenge on Kamakura. We then see Kamakura and Sakura together at a restaurant. Curious, she asks Kamakura if he had decided on where to go on that trip with his friend. He says that the trip just came up spontaneously, and they haven't really put time into things to figure out where to go. Her face remains calm, but there's something in her eyes. Kamakura says it's quite rare to see such an expression on her face. That being said, he tells Sakura if she is not okay with him going on the trip, then he is willing to skip out for her. But she tells him it's fine, and that he can go on the trip and enjoy himself. He is happy to hear this and says Sakura is a really nice person. Later that evening, she meets Yu in a quiet, secluded park. She thanks him for bringing drinks, and Yu jokes that he should be thanking her for finding such a nice spot. After some silence, Yu states that there are 2 points about the Christmas evening plan that concern him. First, doing it at the school's Christmas event is smart, but it could ruin everyone else's night. Sakura states that this was on her mind as well, so she figured out a workaround. She explains that the event always includes a secret reveal segment, where students confess crushes or joke around with romantic stuff. They can use that to make a breakup confession and reveal what Kamakura and Karen have been up to. He thinks it's great, but wants to know about how they will proceed with it. She suggests bringing in his friend Ishida, because having someone like him who is in the same circle as them can help. He doesn't think it's a good idea because he's too loud, but Sakura insists that having someone like him is key and says she will be bringing a friend of hers as well. Her name's Kanu. She doesn't go to their school, so he probably doesn't know her. With both of them, our alliance will be stronger, and we'll be able to handle whatever Karen or Kamakura pull. Yu gets what she means, but he asks Sakura if that's even possible considering the fact that Karen is popular among the guys and Kamakura is popular around the girls. Sakura says they need to prepare well for it, to which Yu says that he understands her and he will be asking for Ishida's help. She then asks about the second issue that's been bugging him. Yu says that he does not know about Kamakura and Sakura, but it will be very hard for him to make Karen fall in love with him to the point where she becomes dependent on him. Karen is bothered by this though, as not being able to make Karen dependent on him means that the damage to their revenge will only be half of what they desire. She asks him if he does not feel confident enough about the deal with Karen. Yu says it only makes sense for him to not feel confident, as he basically got dumped by his girlfriend. She asks Yu just how he had felt about Karen before this whole thing happened. He recalls the moment saying he always has a special feeling for Karen, because she is his first girlfriend. After hearing this, Sakura clarifies to Yu that she is not taking Karen's side or justifying her actions in any way. But as Yu said that he felt frustrated by Karen, it could very well be possible that Karen felt the same way. One thing led to another and she decided on doing what she ended up doing. However, what she wants him to concentrate on is the fact that he can still get her to fall for him even more. After all, there is a reason why she is still staying in a relationship with you. She assures Yu by telling him that he is not in this by himself and the two of them are basically comrades in this act. But just making Karen jealous won't be enough. You need to elevate yourself and become the kind of guy everyone praises, especially her friends. He doesn't really get it, so Sakura goes into detail explaining how someone like Karen cares about attention and what her friends say. If her friends were to praise her boyfriend, that would definitely hit her hard. Yu is overwhelmed by this suggestion, as he isn't built for this. She explains that he doesn't need to make others fall for him. He just needs to be someone who is praiseworthy. Yu asks her for advice about changing himself, but Sakura tells him that she won't give it for free. As she starts to walk away, Sakura suddenly stops. She says it's quite unfair that despite being comrades, she is the only one coming up with ideas and stuff. Blushing, Sakura mumbles something under her breath. Yu doesn't catch it. With raised voice, she asks Yu to teach her how to be a cute girl. Yu is very shocked to hear this and wonders what he should do. This made the situation very awkward between them, as Yu stood there with nothing to say and Sakura waiting for an answer. Looking at her standing there all serious, Yu thought, she's already cute enough. What more could she possibly need? He decides to tell her that his opinion won't really be good for her to follow. She tells him to prepare all the key points needed to be a cute girl, with an essay that is more than 5 pages but less than 10 pages in length. For a second, Yu just stared at her, because the whole situation was absurdly adorable and he didn't want to tell Sakura about it as she won't believe him. Sakura is glad to know and tells Yu that she will be having her hopes up for what he will do. Later that night, Yu sat on his bed, staring at his phone. Karen had told him before that couples should always talk before bed. So like an idiot in love, he tried to keep that tradition alive. But she just wouldn't respond to his texts. After several tries, she finally answered and didn't sound happy about it. Yu realized Karen was not in the best mood, so he tells her that he was worried because she didn't pick up. Karen told him she was sleeping. Unbeknownst to Yu, she was with Kamakura, in the middle of their Super Smash session. Yu tells her that he had called because she told him that couples should call every night. But she tells him that there's no need for that anymore, as they're already dating for 3 months. Yu asks if talking to him has become a chore now, to which Karen says it is not like that. She says calling too much might burn them out and she doesn't want to end up disliking Yu. Karen tells him that her head hurts and hangs up. The next day, the planning team assembled. Yu, Sakura, Kanu, and Ishida. Yu tells them about the phone call incident from the night before, and Kanu says that there is no doubt that she was lying. Sakura tries to calm her down, but Kanu says Yu is too exploitable for his own good. He's the type who'd get scammed by a free PS5 giveaway tweet. He apologizes, to which she says he needs to harden up and know when to call Karen. As their plan is to make Karen fall for him before they take their revenge, he should avoid annoying her. Ishida is impressed by Kanu and tells her that she's quite reliable. Kanu then asks Sakura just what she is looking to do and how can she help. Sakura says that she is looking to take revenge on Christmas Eve, so she wants her and Ishida to set up the mood. Kanu asks if Sakura is asking her to go on some sort of hate campaign against Kamakura and Karen, because she can't be doing that. Ishida nodded in understanding, saying their task is to basically plant the seed early. That way, when we blow things up, it won't feel sudden or fake. Yu was taken aback by the fact that Ishida actually understood the matter so easily. Sakura tells them to do it on their behalf because if she and Ishida were to do it themselves, it would come off as unnatural. As the meeting went on, everything they wanted to discuss came off smoothly under the leadership of the 2 girls. After the meeting, Yu and Ishida get on the bus to go home. The next day, Yu tells Sakura that Karen has gone out shopping to prepare for the trip that she is going on with her supposed friend. She replies, saying Kamakura is gone out for drinks as well. Following this, Sakura takes Yu out for shopping, saying that he needs to look smacks in order to get the attention. Yu says it turns out that everything does depend on looks after all. She tells him that is not the case and he should at least clean up his look, because he dresses like a background character in his own manga. Yu says his fashion knowledge is non-existent, so Sakura decides to help him pick out stuff. Inside the store, Yu is overwhelmed by the sheer number of choices. Sakura assures him that because he is on the slimmer side, everything will look good on him. She then started going on a roll as she picked out many things for him, and tells him to go try them out. He tries them out and she approves of all of them. By the end, he bought 3 outfits. Yu is surprised by how much she knows about fashion. Sakura says she is a girl too, so she has studied these things. Here she reveals that she had been a model for a magazine, so she was able to pick up things from other models and use that. Yu isn't surprised by this, because a girl as pretty as Sakura being a model is natural. He asks her if she was not around cute girls when modeling, because she can follow their lead for looking cute. Sakura says she wants to know what a cute girl is like from a guy's point of view and nothing more. So she makes sure to tell him to write a proper essay about the matter to help her. Yu says okay and mentions how he should probably gather some friends and ask them about their opinion. Sakura is strictly against that and tells Yu to not spread this word to anyone else. Sakura tells him that she is fine with just his opinion and that she does not require others' view on the matter. Yu feels restricted by this, so he decides to just go and do some research on social media to come up with a good answer. However, Sakura seemingly reads his mind and tells him to not even think about using information on the internet to write his essay. Yu is shocked by how she figured it out and goes silent.